Hello everyone. In today's video we're going to be going over changing out the Mercury SmartCraft gauge system for the new Mercury Vessel View 7. Very nice unit, very modern, lots of cool features. So let's get started. You guys, real quick, what all it comes with. This is the non-GPS version of this unit. You can get it with a pretty much it's a GPS chart plotter, but this one comes with the cover, your adapter harness, new temperature sensor, and then the new main harness from Mercury. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I did was unplug the plugs out of the back of the old SmartCraft gauge. Just two plugs, 1, 2. A lot of these things are zip tied together and just bundled up in the boat. Just pull out all that. Basically what you want to do is pull the wire back around where the ignition is, the keys for the boat to start it. It's about where it's going to end at. So what I did was pulled it down, pulled it all the way out, and then I'll finish pulling the rest of the wire out and start on the new one. You see that's where the old one was mounted, right there in that nice hole that somebody cut with what appears to be an axe. But and that is the air temperature sensor there, so I'll take that out as well. But once I get this harness pulled out, and we'll start reinstalling the new harness. Side by side, here's the old one here. As you can see, there's the two plugs that plug into the gauge, and there it is there. Plugs in by the ignition keys here. And here's the new one. It's got the one plug here, but it does have an adapter which turns it into two plugs for the new Vessel View gauge. It's pretty much exactly the same. Here's where it plugs in by the ignition. This goes to your air temperature sensor. That's the only plugs I really use on this harness, is those two and then the main one there. So I'm going to start routing this wire in the boat and I'll get back with you. Folks, I got the new harness installed for the Vessel View. Not really much to show you there. It's kind of just a point A to point B. Plugs right in behind your ignition cylinders there, and plugs in behind the dash here, where your Vessel View is going to go. What I like to do before I cut dashes is I actually apply a layer of masking tape to the dash itself, and then I lay my template out, measure it out, and then I tape that to the dash over the masking tape I laid down, and then I actually cut out the area to be cut with the jigsaw and trace that with a marker. So what that does is gives me a backup in case my jigsaw tears the template, which happens. I'll always have that black line there to go by. Just a little tip there on cutting some dashes. Once I get this cut and installed, I'll show you guys some of the plugging in of the harnesses, and we'll go over some setting up. Alright, got the hole cut out, got the mounting screw holes drilled and beveled. I'll put a little silicone in those before I install it. Here's the plugs. This is the adapter plug I was telling you about. It actually plugs into the main harness, and it splits it into two plugs in the back of your Vessel View 7. One's power, one's probably motor communications and whatnot. And then we ran a NEMA 2000 cable to tie the system in with his Garmin GPS system to give the Vessel View speed and GPS location. Also plugged in the temperature sensor right here. As you can see, it's right there. Plug that in, and then the other connection is right behind your ignition set there. So that's it. I'm going to plug it in. We'll set this thing up, see what it looks like. Alright folks, got the unit installed in the dash. Got the trim bezels on. It looks good. It's a nice looking unit. Much better than the old SmartCraft. Anyway, let's see if we can go through some of this setup with you. Of course we want English US for this area. It's going to restart. Okay, sure. Let it restart and do its thing. Okay, it is touchscreen, by the way. Accept. First time Vessel View has been started, you will be guided through a configuration, blah blah blah. Okay. we have no imports. We haven't saved any configuration files from another vessel, so we're just gonna skip this part. Alright, here we go. Engine setup. Verado, yes. We have the 6-cylinder 250s. Does vessel have a joystick? No. Number of engines? 2. Next. Display which engine should display. Okay. Port and starboard, correct. This is the only vessel view on here, so we'll just leave it at 1. We're going to use US standard for measurements on this boat. Okay, here we have our tank setup. Okay, so I know that the starboard tank fuel, the capacity on this regulator is 175 gallons in the main tank. So I'll go ahead and select that there. We can change the name of that to main. Okay. Alright. Let's see. And then the port is fuel also. And its capacity is 50 gallons. We'll name that auxiliary tank. Okay. There's that. Hit OK. So there you have it. You got your tank setup done now. Let's go next. GPS source. Since we tied this unit in with NEMA 2000 to its Garmin, you can see here it does show up on our device list as the Mercury Marine Vessel View 7. So it will get its source from there. Let's see what options it gives us. No, we don't want none of that. Pitot source, no. And no, we don't have none of those. So let's go with, oh, that's speed setup. We don't need that speed setup. Okay, configuration is nearly complete. These settings and more can be changed any time in the settings menu. Okay, finish. It says data sources have not been set up. Do you want to set up them now? Okay. The system is ready to auto select. Okay, start. There's the GPS and boat speed and all that it's going to get from the GPS Garmin over here. Completed. Okay, good deal. We have a low battery, which I know of. And this over here is telling me the same thing. Okay. Well, there you have it. That's how you install and set up one of these new Vessel View 7s. It's really easy, guys. It's basically plug and play. Nothing too over the top about it. Hardest part, I'd say, would be cutting the dash and getting all the information on your boat, setting up the configuration files. Other than that, that's it. I'll probably do another video on all the features this has. Check that out. Should be on my page. Please subscribe and like, and any comments or questions, let me know. Thank you.